What is up, world? Today's January 25th. It's a Saturday. None of the people I emailed or text or checked back in with ever text me back or ever called me the other day. So we ended the week with all the clients I texted and emailed. Nobody texted and emailed back. That's the frustration I get. You know, most people, like, they can't get the people who provide the service, you know, to text back. Like, hey, I tried to get a video guy, I can't find one. Or I text the video company, they won't text me back. I can't get them to text me back. I'm on it. You text me, you email me, you message me. If I get it, I'm going to text you back or message you back within like 5 minutes. And if I'm working for you, as long as my, life allows, I will reply back in like 5 minutes. But when you're trying to provide these people work, it gets a little frustrating because you're trying to keep them up on the up and up where they need to be on a consistent basis. And this right here is why everybody says that businesses fail, because they lack consistency in like marketing, video marketing, stuff like that. Yeah, like these billboard signs out here, I think I've mentioned before. These billboard signs over here, they're like between $500 and $2,000 a month, and people pay it. People just say, "Oh, a sign? You mean 80,000 cars go by here a day, and you have no way of telling how many people look at the sign out of the car? So you can't tell me really how many people would all see it. It could be 0 or it could be 80,000. The likelihood that it's 80,000, slim to none. The likelihood that it's 10,000, slim to none. Or 5,000. Because here's what everybody's doing when they ride by your sign that you pay $2,000 for. And you just buy the sign because it's been the thing to do. It's been the way you market for the past 55 years. Once you go throw your stuff into yellow pages, man, that'll do well. Put it in the yellow pages, put flyers on cars. You can do that. That'll turn your business out really, really good. So, yeah, magazines, that's a good place to spend your money and make it valuable, because everybody picks up a magazine. Put it on signs on the side of the road, because there's a sign right there. If I was going 30 miles an hour, I couldn't read you what that sign said because I don't have time. I'd have to be stopped at a stoplight to read it. So $2,000, and I know it was a funeral home, but I have no idea what funeral home it was, who was involved, or phone number or anything. I mean, I guess I could have took a picture, but that's what you're paying for, $2,000 a month. There's one there, the sign's halfway ripped down. I wonder if they still charge that guy for that sign. He probably is out of state, so he probably doesn't even look at the sign. But yeah, that is exactly why people say businesses are inconsistent and they fail at marketing. They fail at putting their business or their service out. And then after they fail and they don't do any marketing, or either this, they fail at marketing and they go through years of not listening to people. And then after years of almost going bankrupt, whatever, they'll run into this person, and that person will be like, "Oh, here's what you need to do. You do digital marketing. It's going to cost you $15,000. And then that person will spend $15,000 versus like what he could have spent years before that, a whole lot cheaper, and being consistent and building it slowly, but consistently. Instead, though, they do that. And then when you talk to them, it'll be like, "Oh, at first I had to spend all this money. It didn't do anything. Everybody kept telling me to go to video or video marketing, but I didn't. But I got a company now. I have to pay them like $15,000 a month. It's crazy expensive." And I'm like, "Yeah, you have to pay it because you waited all that time until one of those big companies finally convinced you, because they're better at convincing people. They're better at sales than I am. I don't know how to convince you people of this stuff. I have a tough time trying to convince anybody this without mocking them. I mean, I can convince them by just mocking mocking them to death about how stupid there is, just like I did a while ago. Just signs and billboard signs and signs out on posts in the street, versus digital marketing, where you have all the control to point it to the exact audience you want, your target audience, all the control and analytics to see afterwards. What if you make a sign, like this sign coming up right here? You can't see it. This sign coming up here. What if that person made that sign right there and then put it out? For one, they don't have any way to gauge how good the sign does, how well it performs. No way. And if they do, what are they going to do? Send the men back up there and change it? Like change the sign halfway through? Digital marketing, you can run this for a week. You can run A/B test. You can change one color in one ad, another color in another ad, one font in this ad, another font in this ad. Test which one does first. You go with that one. Live time. Here's a real estate agent. This lady has got billboard signs all over Goldsboro in Johnson County. There is no telling how much this lady pays for her real estate sign, maybe for her marketing signs. She could take that money that she puts in those signs right there, because those signs right there, those billboard signs are ego signs. That's what they are. They're ego signs, so the person has enough money to spend that on the billboard, especially if it's one with like their face on it. That person's just, they're paying that because they got that money, and they're paying for that sign just to boast their ego of their face on the sign. That sign, it ain't yielding any profit for that business. Billboard signs, I get it. Used to, it was a good way because you didn't have digital marketing, you didn't have the internet and the world wasn't connected online. So yeah, a big sign like that right there, yeah, people see it. They might see so and so and so, dentist, and might remember it. But now, everybody, that guy just passed me in the car right there. You know what he was doing when he was riding by? This right here. He's driving the car. I'm on FSD, so I'm on full self-driving. I'm not trying to drive and text. I'm making the video, but I'm watching the road. But yeah, he's not seeing anything. There's two guys riding by. Both of them just looking at the phone. The driver and the guy riding the passenger seat. So none of those people are seeing signs. But yet, these signs are out here every day. Oh, and then they put the digital signs up, right? So they put the digital signs up. Let's go through the logic of this. All right, client. We have a billboard sign. We can spend. We can have you pay us this much money for this billboard sign that's going to stay out on this road who has 30,000 passerbyers every day. And you say, wow, 30,000 people. 30,000 people will pass my sign every day. Now they're like, all right, look. Remember we were charging you like $500-700 for that sign that you were going to stay on the whole time? Check this out. This is even better. Now we're going to charge you $1,600 because this is a digital sign. We don't even mess with paint and paper and all that crap anymore. It's a digital sign. So what this is going to do, it's going to cut your time on the sign down between you and about 8 more people. So this sign right here, this is hot because used to we would paint your face up here or wallpaper, whatever what the method was, and then you would just be up here and you would hope those 30,000 people would pass you by and see your sign, and in your head you're calculating, man, 30,000 people passing my sign every day. They done told me 264 has 30,000 people pass this area every day, so 30,000 people seeing my sign. If I could get 5, man, if I could just get 5, ain't nobody looking at your sign now. Everybody's looking at the phone. Everybody's looking at your phone when they drive by your big sign that you paid money for. And then on top of that, now with the digital sign that they've marketed to you as this new grand thing, now you have to divide your time. So now not only do you hope the person's not doing this, now you hope the person's not doing this in the 3 seconds that you're going to be flashed up on the sign, because you're splitting the sign time with like 8 other businesses. So the person that's driving, he's looking, he's like, ooh, look at that sign, what's it say? Can't tell. Who looks down, your ad goes up and goes back off, and he looks back up and he's like, oh, it's something else. Hey, that don't work, people. I don't know why you do that. You spend your money on those signs. Another videographer friend of mine was telling me the other day, he had a person complaining about the money, about the budget they had with him, and the results they're having, and he turns around and they just paid like $3,000 for a magazine ad. so far. And times have changed. I mean, why don't you run ads in the newspapers? I mean, newspapers go out. I wonder how many newspapers they print a day. So they could just take that metric and be like, we print this many newspapers a day. It doesn't mean that all those people are going to see it. It doesn't mean that all these people are going to see these billboard signs driving by. I'd like to do a video on that. I think I will. I'm going to stake out under a billboard sign. And I'm going to film the cars with zoom lens coming up to it. And we'll just see how many people look up at the billboard sign. Just see how many people riding by with their phone like this, or either just looking straight ahead. And then even if you got them on camera looking up and you think they saw the sign, how can you be sure they know what that sign is, like the number on it, the email address, all that? They can't pause it. What are you going to slam on brakes in the middle of the road? Oh, let me get this email address. Cars coming up behind them. They can't do that. So these people out here, man, I know they probably don't like hearing this. People that rent these signs and sell these signs, they don't have anything to battle. So even if they wanted to come back and be like, man, I saw this guy that runs a marketing agency online. He sells digital video content, and he's out there talking crap about signs. My signs, dude, they do have so many. I can prove it. And then the only thing he has is is the information I gave you a while ago. That this many people pass this sign every day, but there's no way to prove how many people see that sign. So I don't know how they sell all this stuff, and then I can't sell you something that works. I guess that just means I'm a shitty salesman, you know? I'll admit that. Hey, I'll admit that. I told you, I have a thing about sales where I just feel scammy. I don't know why I feel that way. And I told you, I've read like Brian Tracy's books, Alex Hormozy, Chris Doe, and when I hear it from them, I'm just like, dude, I can't even imagine how anybody would not buy listening to them. And then I try to implement some of their tactics, and the people I talk to are just not even near the level of comprehension of what I'm talking about. Like, they don't get it. And then they, spend money on crazy stuff. On signs, on magazine ads, flyers, even little, what's the thing in town? Something about Goldsboro, Wayne County, and some bees, the Buzz or something like that. It's like a little, what's it called? The bargain trader. It's like a bargain trader thing for businesses. People pay for this stuff to get put in that. It is not 1955 anymore. Apples don't cost a nickel, or whatever the line was. But yeah, it's not 1955 anymore. So marketing is not done that way. So all you people who are spending money on these signs, on these big billboards on the side, and then don't let them confuse you and talk you into buying the digital signs, because they're even worse. You're not even on the sign half the time. Like if you paid $1,500 a month for a billboard sign that your face was on, and it was like so and so and so real estate king, and okay, at least you're like, man, I paid $1,500 and I'm on that sign, so whoever rides by and looks up, they're gonna see my face. With a digital sign, dude, you're just literally gambling. You're like, all right, so now, and then the people doing it, I'm sure they say, oh, this is digital marketing here, so this is high tech. So if the digital sign's up here, now we gotta charge you $2,500 a month. But really, they're splitting your time up, like I said, with other people. So then you got to hope the person riding by is looking up at your sign. And then if they do, it might be the last 2 seconds. I do it all the time. I'll look up and see something. I'm like, oh, what is it? And it be gone. So I'm like, why? Why do you do that? Why do you steal? Why is there any billboards left on the side of the road anymore? It's like a dying scam of marketing that nobody is really catching on. It's a dying scam of marketing. But I don't know any other way you could combat that argument. Digital marketing's better. You can reach more people. You can target your exact audience. You can read analytics live from it every day. You can see where you go wrong. You can do A/B testing. You can change the ad in the middle of the week. You can change it after 2 days. You can run A/B test ads to see which one performs better, so you have the better performing ad. You can't do any of that with any of those media paths that I mentioned, like the sign, the newspaper, the Busy Bee article, whatever that is they have going around, the little bargain trader in Goldsboro. What's wrong? Y'all, I'm not even good at math. I've written calculator out because I'm not that good at math. But I can figure that out. But that doesn't add up to good value in marketing. So if you guys want to be seen, if you guys want me to get you out in front of people, if you guys want to be a brand, if you guys want to be the Band-Aid of bandages, if you guys want to be the Kleenex of tissue, if you guys want to be the Bounty of paper towels, give me a call. I will hook you up. I will show you how it's done. I will show you how it's done. You do what you do. You do your business and what you're an expert matter, or what you're an expert in that field about. Whatever that is, you do that. And I am an expert in this field. So you let me do my thing and you do yours. You just tell me what your goal is and I'll arrange it. And then you pay me and trust in me, and then I will deliver what you said you want. Easy as pie. There's no guessing statistics. There's no 80,000 people could see it. No, I'll show you. 20,000 people saw it. 20 people saw it, and 20 of the 20 people backed out of the video in 10 seconds. So we got to change something. What happens in the sign? What if you had somebody monitoring the signs and went by, like 25,000 people drove by and none of them looked at your sign? We're going to go up and change it. You think they're going to go up and change that sign for free for you? No. You're going to pay for that. So anyway, think about what I said. Why? Because it's smart. That's why. Peace out, y'all.